So who wants to do today prayers? Samskriti, will you do?
Me.
Samskriti, do it.
Okay. That's an
Yes, you can do it.
Okay.
Samskriti, go ahead and start it.
ओमज्ञातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। श्रीकृष्ण प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
Thank you, Samskriti. So, welcome to Govinda class. Which chapter we are doing? Can anybody say me the chapter name that we are doing?
I think
Is it 13 or 14?
yeah.
It's called Dhritarashtra Quits Home.
Yeah, I think it's the 13th.
13th chapter. Yes, very good. So, what all we saw? All these days. At least what we saw yesterday.
Krishna Mataji, Deepak.
Even Mukund sir,
Welcome. Yes, Mukund.
we saw that Vitara, because he knew that Dhritarashtra was a very bad person, and because he also knew that Dhritarashtra was a cause of all the enmity between the Kauravas and Pandavas. But still, Vidura didn't care if Dhritarashtra was enemy or friend, but he gave him the right knowledge that he was too old and he should leave for Vanaprastha. So that's what Vidura is explaining right now.
Awesome. Very beautifully. I've explained everything what Mataji has explained yesterday. Very good, Mukund. So now we see that Dhritarashtra is become old and he wants to go for Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha was done already, but now we will see the next step of the Dhritarashtra's, what he's going to take next. Before that, I would like to start the prayers. Om Ajnanati
Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Gurave Namah. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine.
Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani
Gauravani Prachadine Shunyavari Paschatya Dedadarine.
Jai Shri Krishna
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Gadadara
Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Yes.
Can you quickly go to the first prayer slide?
Oh, why? What
I
happened?
just want to take a screenshot. I like the slides.
Okay, I will send you later. Is it fine?
Okay, Mataji.
I will send you. In the group, I'm going to send. Okay, who is going to help me reading the verse? Other than Mukund?
Mataji, can I?
Yes, Ramachandra, go ahead.
The shloka?
Yes.
Okay. Patim prayantam subalasya putri pativrata kana jagama sadvi himalayanyastadanda praharsam manasvinam ivasat sampraharaha.
Thank you, Ramachandra. That was wonderful recitation. Who wants to read the translation for me?
Mataji, can I
Ask a question.
Yes, Rohin. Oh, what is his name? I am not able.
Actually,
Translation.
My name is Danvin. My mom's name is Rohini.
Rohini, okay. Okay, that's what I got confused with the name.
Can
Okay.
I ask a question?
Can Danvin read the translation?
The gentle and chaste Gandhari, who is the daughter of King Subala and Gandhar, or Gandhari, followed her husband, saying that he was going to the Himalaya mountains, which are the delight of those who have accepted the staff of the renounced order, like fighters who have accepted a good blessing from the enemy.
So now, yes, yes,
Can I ask a question?
yes, Mukul.
There's one picture that had in the last slide. There's one picture. It had like Gauranga Sannyasi, Prabhupada Sannyasi, and Bhaktisiddhanta Sannyasi, and Gandhari on the picture. What was that comparing, or what was it showing?
Because we put that picture because in this verse it is talking about the different sannyasi orders and also glorifying Gandhari. So that's why like that I have put. I'm using both the computers, because of that I'm not able to properly see. That is why I put like that. So because it's talking about these staff, you see, sannyasi order, and also it's glorifying who? Gandhari. So these are the main two topics it talks about, the translation talks about. That's why I just put like that. Did you got it, Mukul?
Yes, Mataji.
Gauranga Sannyasi, Prabhupada Sannyasi, Bhakti Sannyasi.
Yes.
All
Now
sannyasi.
we will move to the topic. When I ask you to talk, that time you can talk. Otherwise, please be on mute. Thank you. Thank you so much, kids, for joining and reciting the verses and prayers. Okay, here in this verse, basically the verse as we saw this translation and the purport also, it talks about the chastity of Gandhari. So, and also it talks about sannyasis, different kinds of sannyasis, and also who is Dhiras. It stops like three subject matters: chastity of Gandhari, sannyasi stages, and different types of sannyasis actually. Dhiras. Okay. In the translation, these lines are very, very important. Is there anybody who would like to read who did not get a chance? Not the person who already got the chance.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Deepak, can I go?
Yes, read.
Should I read the story?
No, the bold letters. The one this is in the bold, only that. The light.
The delight of those who have accepted the staff of the renounced order, the fighters who have accepted a good lashing from the enemy. Very good.
So here it is talking about the sannyasi who have taken the sannyasi order, and also the fighters who have this who are going to fight with the great enemies. So both are compared here together. So here we can see that what is the mentality of the sannyasi, kshatriya, what they do, they like to fight, right? They love to fight because that is how they are for to protect the citizen. And what they do in the kshatriya, what happens is in the king, where the king lives, he keeps the wrestlers, and he always like to fight with them, so that he knows his strength, and also he's practicing it, right? So he loves to do that. And also you see the bull also likes to fight, right? So each person has a different mentalities and different likes that they have. I might like different thing and you might like different thing. Like if you see the business people, they love to know about so many business profits. If they are some student, they like to do so much of study, research, and then get the grades, lot of grades, right? So each person has a different interest. So here it is talked in this verse, it is talks about those who have accept the staff, the sannyasi order. They love to do austerity, because sannyasi is not easy, right? They they live very minimum life. They sacrifice many things. So what is mean by austerity? Is there anybody who can tell me the meaning of austerity? Okay,
Like meditation.
Now, yeah, austerity means the things that we do. What do you say? Even it is not convenient for me. Let's say I just want to walk for to from from here to Houston Temple. I mean, Houston is like almost 2 hours in the car drive only. That is austerity, which is not comfortable for me. I cannot walk, but I am taking, which is not comfortable for you, but still you are taking it for the sake of Krishna. That is called austerity. Or sometimes you can say that you want to sacrifice everything in the service of Krishna, even you like, even if you like and doing it, but still you want to do it for Krishna. So you're taking that hard struggle and showing your love for Krishna by doing that austerity. And also it helps us to control our senses. Like now this Kartik is going on. Many people do so many austerity. They do more rounds. They control their senses by eating less. And they do so many things, right? This is all we are trying to do so that we can progress in our Krishna consciousness. So they love to do, the sannyasis love to do the austerity. And we see here the gentle and chaste Gandhari, who was a daughter of King Subala, is also liking to do austerity because she wants to go with her husband Dhritarashtra, because Dhritarashtra now wants to take sannyas. So he wants to go to the forest, but Gandhari is not a normal lady, right? She was also a king's daughter. She has everything. She can live very happy, right? It's not necessary to leave and go with her husband. When you see the whole history of Gandhari, when she got married, when Bhishma Dev went and met Gandhari's father and asked about marriage, when she came to know that her husband is blind, what she did, even though she has eyes to see, but what she did, she closed her eyes. Literally, she closed her eyes. If somebody is blind, that's fine, but I have my eyes and you tell me to close my eyes, I can be like for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe 1 hour. After that, I say, please remove my blindfold. I just want to be seen. I want to see. I cannot control. But we can see the love that she has, the chastity that Gandhari is having, like how she kept herself blind to just follow her husband, right? So, but we can also see like how she could be able to do this. That is because she is a queen and she has many servants who can take care of everything. And at the same time, she was very chaste lady. That's why she was able to do this. So many people love to do austerity. It's because they wanted to show some love for Krishna. Here, Gandhari has been not only glorified, is also glorified in Mahabharata. In the beginning of Mahabharata, Vyasadeva was talking about 4 important things. One is the greatness of Krishna, he was talking, and the 4th sideness of Vidura's reservation of foresightness of Vidura and resolution of Bhishma Deva and Queen Kunti and piety of Gandhari. So 5 things, not 4 things. So in the 5 things that Vyasadeva has stressed in the beginning of Sri Mahabharata, one thing it was even about Gandhari. So Gandhari was even glorified in Mahabharata in the beginning of the epic start, beginning of itself. Gandhari was glorified. She was very great lady. So we can also see that there are different types of chastity in the scriptures. It is not only the wife is chastity to husband, but we should also be chaste to our Guru Maharajas, our teachers. What do you mean by chaste? Chastity means that we should be truthful, we should be following their orders, we should not be lying, just follow them is called our chastity, right? It is not like we do something Guru Maharaj is telling us to do and we are not following that. So that is not called a chaste. If you want to be chaste to your Guru Maharaj, then just follow what he is saying. So like that. For different class of people, there is different things. Like in a business, you want to follow some ethics, so that is called the chastity to the whatever you are doing. what do you call, whatever you are practicing, you have to be very, very correct towards it. You should not cheat anybody. So here it is also talked about different ladies in the scriptures who are also followed like Gandhari. We see the chastity of Sita and Lakshmi Devi. Who can tell how did Sita show that her chastity? Can anybody say me?
She never accepted Ravana.
Has chastity by staying with Ravana, but still not engaging with Ravana.
Yes, and also
Because
another
Mataji, she would have been a
Gandhari
queen,
did, even
and she
she
would have
also
got
did.
whatever she want, but she was
thought
just,
that's it.
she didn't care.
What is that, Advait? Can you repeat?
I said that if she married Ravana, she could have been a queen and follow took control of all the demons, and she could have done whatever she want, but
Yes.
she still hasn't.
Yes, and other important thing is she also followed Rama in the forest. Right? When Rama was going to forest, she was also a big princess, right? Her father is a very big king, but still she has everything comfortable that she has. And Rama also said that you don't have to follow me, please stay, and you live comfortable life. But what Sita Devi said, no, you are thinking about my comfortable life. My comfortability is only to stay with you. Everybody has their own comfortable, right? If I say that, oh, if you put me in a big house and give me everything, I'm comfortable. But some people says, no, this is not my comfortable life. If I stay with my family, if I don't have anything also, that's fine. If I have my parents and my family, that is my comfortability. So everybody has a different things. For a devotee, what is a comfortable zone? It's not that we have
Serve
any
the Lord.
serve the Lord. Yes. For
Go
a
to Goloka.
yes. Yeah, for a devotee, the comfortable life is always serving Krishna. Whatever situation we have, it doesn't matter. We should serve Krishna. That is the comfortability for devotee. So here, in the same way, Sita Devi is saying that you are telling that I will be comfortable, but my comfortable is serving you. When you are going in the path, I want to clean the path first for you so that you can walk safely. So I want to come with you. Like that, Sita Devi followed Rama. And also we see Lakshmi Devi is always serving the Lord's lotus feet, right? We see that also. So moving on to the next slide. So by doing this, even Sita was happy. Sita was never said that, oh, you brought me into this forest. I'm struggling here. In the palace, everything was there. No, like that, right? Even Lakshmi Devi, she is a goddess of fortune. She has everything. Why she have to serve Vishnu, right? But for Lakshmi Devi, that is the happiness. Yeah. And also here we can see Gandhari. She was having everything. She kept herself blind and whatnot. In this old age, she was coming with Dhritarashtra to the forest. It's very hard, right? So even Gandhari was happy. So even one more point I want to make here that sannyasi in one.
How is that possible? If in Vanaprastha people should go away from family.
Yes, yes, I'm coming to that point. Yes, I am coming to that point. So here, that is why Dhritarashtra said, like, don't follow me. But she was saying, I will follow you because she can stay with him, but not to attach to him. But she is like going with him to serve him. So she is like there, but she is like a widow without husband. And he is also like that. He wants to take the sannyasi order, but she wants to follow him. She's not listening. So she is just following to Dhritarashtra. So there is a lot of detachment, even though she is following him. And he is not at all interested, but she wants to come with him. So, and we see like there are a lot of chaste women in the scriptures. It is described. Who wants to read this story? Is there anybody who want to read this story?
Mataji, can I read it?
Hey, Mataji.
Can I read it, Kartika? I said it first.
Okay, Kartika, read.
Chastity woman Nala Dhamyati, her husband became so poverty-stricken. He was the king, but became later a poverty-stricken. That he had no cloth,
Cloth.
supplicant cloth. The husband and his wife are putting on the same cloth, half and half. So still there were no divorce, you see. That still woman did not consider she also king's daughter, but husband has fallen down to so much poverty, taken condition. So why shall I live with him? These are some of have seen in Bombay in 1900, 1935 or
1934. Okay, thank you, Kartika. Thank you. So here, Srila Prabhupada was explaining in one of the lecture how the chaste women are. See that woman, she was having a husband who is very poor, and before he was very rich, and he lost everything. After he lost everything, she did not leave. Okay, you lost everything, you don't have anything now. I don't have to stay with you. Let me just divorce and just go myself and leave. No, she did not do that. What she do? She just followed her husband. Even there was no enough clothes to wear. They were sharing the cloth, but still they were together. So that is the chastity of the woman. So there is another story also here. Can another person read it?
Can Mukund read?
Yes, yes.
can Danvin read?
After Mukund, Danvin. Okay, little bit
Okay.
Mukund read and little bit Danvin read. Okay, Mukund, go ahead.
Yes, Madhuri.
On
On the
the-
roadside. Yes, Madhuri. On the roadside there was a beggar. The beggar, the face was defaced. Might be some accident. His eyes and everything became defaced. He could not see. Everything became useless. So he was sitting on the roadside, and his wife also sitting. But I saw that beggar was neat and clean. The wife was also neat and clean. The wife's business was that to keep the husband always neat and clean and fresh, and bring him there and again take him at home. Young woman. So I could understand that the wife is so chaste. She has not left such an ugly husband, because his face was defaced and helping him, because they require some money. From Srila Prabhupada's lecture on Bhagavad Gita, 140 London, July 28, 1973. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so we can hear, Danvin, I will give you the next paragraph to read. Okay, so here we can see that there is another story that Srila Prabhupada was sharing how this wife and husband, they were beggars, but still, they were staying together. They did not leave each other. The woman did not think, oh, you are not helping me anything, or like we are leaving beggar, let me just go and take care of myself. No, not like that. They were staying together. That kind of relations they used to have in previous days. But now, if you see, they just break up easily for every relationship, even friendship. There is always needed to be adjustment and loving relationships between each other, right? We should not just say be separated easy. Becoming separate is very easy. Adjusting and staying together is very hard, right? So we should try to do that. And here especially talks about the chaste woman who is in any situation following their husband. So now moving on to the next one. Okay. Now Danvin, you read this bold one.
Okay. The sannyasis accept a rod as the sign of the renounced order of life. There are two types of sannyasis: those who follow Mayavadi philosophy by Srila Sripada Shankaracharya, accept only the rod Ekadanda, but those who follow the Vaishnavite philosophy accept three combined rods, Tridanda. The Mayavadi sannyasis are Ekadandi Swamis, whereas the Vaishnava sannyasis are known as Tridandi Swamis, or more distinctly Tridani Goswamis, in order to be distinguished by the Mayavadi philosophers. Mayavadi.
Enough. Thank you, Danvin. Thank you so much. So here it is now the next thing. Now we saw the story and we have understood what is chastity, right? So now we will talk about the sannyasis, different types of sannyasis like Mayavadi sannyasi and Vaishnava sannyasi. So Mayavadi sannyasis carry one dhanda, means one stick in their hand, which means everything is one, and they believe that they are also God. So, but here in Vaishnavas, we carry the sannyasis carry three dhandi, but even if you see the Maharajas carries sannyasi, it is covered with the cloth, so you don't see, but inside if you open the cloth, it is three dhandi. Okay, so here Lord Chaitanya also accepted the sannyasi from Keshava Bharati. When he first approached Keshava Bharati, he accepted brahmachari with the name Sri Chaitanya Brahmachari. After he took sannyasi, he prefer to keep the name Sri Krishna Chaitanya, because why he took sannyasi from the Mayavadi Guru. Why? Because that time there was very much prominent of this Shankaracharya philosophy, Mayavadis. So that's why he just don't wanted to, disturb anything. So he wanted to let it go like that. So that's why he accepted Mayavadi sannyasi. But Nityananda Mahaprabhu knows this. And once what happened is there is very nice pastime. Actually, I put at the end that story. I can share in the group. You all can read if you want. So that story is very nice. One day what happened is in Jagannath Puri, one second, let me just go to that slide. Yeah, in Jagannath Puri, what happens, Jagannananda Pandit, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate, who was always holding the sannyasi rod of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes Jagannananda Pandit wanted to go out. So he handed over the sannyasi stick to Nityananda Prabhu. He said that just hold it, I'll come back now. I'll go for the alms and I'll come back. So what happened in meanwhile, Nityananda Mahaprabhu don't want Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to follow this Mayavadi sannyasi. So what did he do? He just broke the danda into three pieces. So that's the very beautiful story where Lord Nityananda Mahaprabhu exhibited his emotion to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like that. There is another reason also why he did is like because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme. He don't have to accept this sannyasi, right? He is supreme. Why do we need to do this? So there are two reasons. One is like he did not want to support this Mayavadi. That is why he break into three pieces so that it is like three dhandi sannyasi. So that's the thing I just want to explain with this story of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so Vaishnava sannyasis are Tridandi. What is this Tridandi refers, Ekadandi means everything is one. We explained that, right? So Tridandi means three things. What is that? Body, mind, and words. We use this three for Krishna's service. So that is called Tridandi. Okay. Then again here we see that the Ekadandi. Okay, who wants to read this? This is from Purport only directly. Somebody wants to read this? Who did not get a chance?
Me.
Atharva, right? Atharva did not get a chance.
Can I read?
Who is that? Tulsi
Mataji, can Tulsi?
Yes, Tulsi Manjari, read it.
Okay, is it beginning from saying this?
The Ekadandi, right? Here, from here. The Ekadandi Swamis are mostly found.
I don't think you changed the slide.
No, I changed it. I changed it. We all can see it.
You did.
Yeah. Maybe Tulsi Manjari, your internet. It takes maybe 2 minutes. Let's see if you can get it there. Did you got it?
Yeah, it's No, not yet, but
Not yet.
Where, Mataji?
because
The Ekadandi Swamis are
It's
mostly
at the
found-
bottom.
Yes, it's in the bottom. Last but one.
oh, now I see it. Now the
Okay,
slide
go ahead.
changed.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the Ekadandi Swamis are mostly fond of the Himalayas, but the Vaishnava sannyasis are fond of Vrindavan and Puri. The Vaishnava sannyasis are Narottams, whereas the Mayavadi sannyasis are Dhiras. Maharaj Dhritarashtra was advised to follow the Dhiras because at that stage, it was difficult for him to become a Narottam.
Narottama. So here, what did we understand? Here, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is referring Dhritarashtra to be Dhira. And Vaishnava sannyasis are called as Narottama, right? That is what here it is referring, Narottamas. So why Narottamas? Because they are following the sannyasi or like practicing Krishna consciousness from many years. But here, if you see, Dhritarashtra has just got enlightened and he wants to leave for the sannyasi order.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Deepak.
Okay, one second. Okay, so now here Dhritarashtra wanted to take So now here we can understand that what is that Vaishnava sannyasis are called Narottamas, but Mayavadi sannyasi or like here Dhritarashtra is referred to Dhira because he is taking in sannyasi in the last stage of his life. That is why he is called Dhira. But all the Vaishnava sannyasis are called as Narottamas, right? So, in the last stage, it is very difficult to follow because they are very old and they did not practice anything much in the whole life, right? It is very, very difficult. Suddenly, if I say you to do something like just get up early in the morning, 3 o'clock, it is very difficult. If you would have done every day getting early in the morning, doing your Mangal Harati, then what is going to happen? You will be able to do it very easily, right? It's not going to be difficult. But if I say you suddenly, okay, tomorrow onwards, Ramchandra, you have to attend every day Mangal Harati. So is it possible? No, it will take time. Tomorrow you will get up little early, maybe 30 minutes early than the regular time. The next day, little more early. It's like slowly we progress, right? We can't say like today I'll say, okay, you are all now joined, started listening to Krishna consciousness. You are coming to the temple. Let's everybody chant 16 rounds. Is it possible? No, we do slowly. How do we start our rounds? 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and then slowly we increase. And then we come to 16 rounds, right? It is not easy. It is not, today and one day you practice and you get it. It's not like that, right? So this is actually the verse and the purport that we learned. I don't know if Radhika Kasturi Mataji is there in the class.
No, Mataji, she's not.
Okay, she's not there. So why don't we open the purport and read the purport so that by the time Mataji will come, so we understand what exactly we have learned is there in the purport or not. Just give me a minute. I'll just open the purport. Okay, in this way, that was I have to open now. Okay.
Mataji, are we doing a moral story now?
Yes. A moral story actually.
How many? 1 or 2?
Fine, but she's not yet there. So I wanted you guys read.
Wait, who's coming for moral stories?
Radhika Kasturi Mataji. She's
Hey,
supposed to come. It is.
Mataji? How many moral stories are we doing? 1 or 2?
I don't know. It's Mataji, right? Whatever she
we
comes
do
up.
5.
But these days Mataji is only
Not
teaching,
that much time.
right? I don't know. right? All these weeks you are learning only half of the story and you're doing another half later. That's what you are following. I don't know.
Wait, then why didn't Radhika Kasturi Madhuri teach today's lesson?
Because she said that she's busy this
That's
week.
like some training.
Yeah, she has some training. So that's why she was not able to come here. So meanwhile, we quickly read the purport. Okay. Until Mataji joins in, because I don't want to make anybody to start. I mean, I can also do the moral story from ISKCON Desertry, but I just wanted everybody to read the purport so that we understand what we read is, what we learned is there in the purport or not. Are we missing anything? Okay, Rudra, can you start reading? Purport. Subalani.
Subalani or Gandhari, daughter of King Subala and wife of King Dhritarashtra, was ideal as a wife devoted to her husband. The Vedic civilization especially prepares chaste and devoted wives, of whom Gandhari is one amongst many mentioned in history. Lakshmi Sita Devi was also a daughter of a great king, but she followed her husband, Lord Ramachandra, into the forest. Similarly,
Enough.
as
Can we stop here? We'll give it to other kid. Ramachandra from similarly. Can you read that?
Wait, where am I? Similarly?
Yes, similarly. Yes.
Okay. Similarly, as a woman, Gandhari could have remained at home or at her father's house. But as a chaste and gentle lady, she followed her husband without consideration. Instructions for the renounced order of life were imparted to Dhritarashtra by Vidura, and Gandhari was by the side of her husband. But he did not ask her to follow him because he was at that time fully determined, like a great warrior who faces all kinds of dangers in the battlefield. He was no longer attracted to so-called wives or relatives, and he decided to start alone. But as a chaste lady, Gandhari decided to follow her husband till that moment. Last moment.
Oh, last moment. Okay. Now next person can read. Who raised hand? Tulsi Manjari. Is that right? Tulsi Manjari, go ahead.
Okay. Maharaj Dhritarashtra accepted the order of Vanaprastha, but at this stage, the wife is allowed to remain as a voluntary servitor. But in the sannyasa stage, no wife can stay with her former husband. A sannyasi is considered to be a dead man's sibling, and therefore the wife becomes a civil widow without connection with her former husband. Maharaj Dhritarashtra did not deny his faithful wife, and she followed her husband at her own risk. The sannyasis accept a rod as the sign of the renounced order of life. There are two types of sannyasis: those who follow the Mayavadi philosophy, headed by Sripad Shankaracharya, accept only one rod, Ekadanda, but those who follow the Vaishnavite philosophy accept three combined rods, Tridanda. The Mayavadi sannyasis are Ekandi Swamis, whereas the Vaishnava sannyasis are known
There
as
is another raise hand. Tulsi Manjari, can we stop
Yes,
here?
ma'am.
Thank you so much, Tulsi Manjari. You did a good job. Now there is another raise hand. I don't want to disappoint you. Atharva, please go ahead and read until the end.
Mataji, when will we get our story class and craft class from from last week, I think?
What happened? Are you reading?
Where are we continuing from?
Okay, wait 1 second. She read until here. Ekadandi Swamis, right? Where has Vaishnava Swamis? Can you read from there?
I can't
find it.
Mataji, maybe you should highlight.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mataji. Whereas, Class coming.
Whereas the Vaishnava sannyasis are known as Tridandi Swamis, or more distinctly Tridandi Goswamis, in order to be distinguished from the Mayavadi philosophers. The Ekadanti Swamis are mostly fond of the Himalayas, but the Vaishnava. Thank you,
Vaishnava
Sannyas are fond of Vrindavana and Puri. The Vaishnava sannyasis are Narottams, whereas the Mayavadi sannyas are Dhiras. Maharaja Dhritarashtra was advised to follow the Dhiras because at that stage it was difficult for him to become a Narottama. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Atharva, for reading very nicely. Now I will only do the moral story because Mataji did not come. It's already 7 o'clock, so I cannot wait more. I will do it 1 second. Let me just quickly open the ISKCON Desire Tree link and take some story from there. 1 second. No, it's showing my WhatsApp. Okay, let me just stop the screen. And then I will take it from there. Vrinda, daddy వచ్చింది beta, door open చేయి. So how you are all doing your Karthik? You are all enjoying doing the Harati to the Lord Damodar.
It's only been 1 day, so yeah.
Yeah, 1 day, but I'm so excited. I love Karthik so much personally.
Mataji, yesterday I couldn't light a lamp or anything.
Oh, why is that so? You missed? So I, like, even 1 day you should not miss in Karthik because it's very important. One lamp is counted to be as like how many thousands of lamps.
I also did. Mataji.
Yeah, I did the lamps at the temple.
Oh, very nice. So we are do this story, moral story, okay?
Yeah, we did it at temple, and then before the class, me and my mom and my family did it here at home.
Okay. Can we all do this story?
Mataji,
Yes.
I did it like early morning before the sun rising.
Very nice, very nice. So we will move to the moral story, okay? So once a sparrow laid her eggs on the shore of the ocean. Oh, let's see what happened after that. Yes. However, the big ocean carried away the eggs on its way. See now, the sparrow laid the egg and the ocean carried away all the eggs. 1 second. Okay. The sparrow discovered that eggs were missing and was in great pain. It was in very great pain. They're thinking, oh my God, who carried away my eggs? My eggs must be carried away by ocean. So now sparrow understood that it is carried by ocean only. So, oh my dear ocean, please give me back all my eggs, which were carried away by the big waves. Now the sparrow is talking to the ocean. Please give me back my all eggs. Look at the determination of the sparrow. The mighty ocean did not bother about the sparrow's request. The sparrow kept requesting. After a while, when the ocean did not respond, the sparrow became angry. Now just keep on talking to the ocean, but ocean is not responding. Now the sparrow became angry. if you do not return my eggs, then I will dry you up. So now see, look at this sparrow. Sparrow is very little, right? Very tiny, but the big ocean is very big, right? So look at that determination. She's telling, if you don't give me my eggs back, I'm going to dry up all your ocean. See now. Next, what happened? On hearing the sparrow repeatedly threatening, finally the ocean appeared. The ocean personified has appeared in front of the sparrow. Now, now ocean personified is speaking. These eggs have now become my property. You want to dry up ocean? Go ahead and do. I am not going to bother, because ocean personified knows that this is not possible by a sparrow, right? How can he do it? It's very difficult for it. So the sparrow decided to dry up the ocean. She began to pick up the water in her beak and throwing it out. Everyone laughed at her impossible determination. So now look at this. So how can a sparrow do, right? Their beak is very small, very tiny bit of water can go into the beak of the sparrow, but sparrow is trying very hard to empty the ocean, because the ocean has taken her eggs, right? For a mother, the egg is very important because the baby is going to come from the egg. So now what happened? The news of her activity spread all over the world. It reached even Garuda, the gigantic bird of the Lord Vishnu. He became compassionate towards her. Now look at this. Everybody were watching her, the sparrow, and finally the Garuda who carries Lord Vishnu on him, he became compassionate and is saying, I can help you out. Can you please go to that? What an amazing determination. I must help this poor sparrow. Now what Garuda is thinking is like he wants to help her, sorry. So my dear sparrow, I am very pleased by your determination. I will definitely help you in retrieve of your eggs. So it started helping. So now thank you so much. Return now after the Garuda came, so now ocean personified cannot do anything because Garuda is so big, and it is possible for Garuda to do anything. Return the eggs to the sparrow, or I myself will take up the work of the sparrow. Now Garuda is speaking to ocean personified. Sri Garuda is dear servant of Lord, and he would easily help the small bird in her task. I am helpless against the servant of Lord Vishnu. So now finally ocean personified understood that Garuda is the servant of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu definitely will come to help Garuda and also the sparrow. So I'm just going to be giving up my words. I'm like, he will come down now. The ocean was frightened at this moment and immediately returned the eggs to the sparrow. So now we can see that how the determination of sparrow finally worked. I think I messed up here, right? Something. Thus the sparrow become very happy by the grace of Garuda. I think that's the end of the story. Okay, the moral. Who wants to read this moral for me? Somebody can read it.
Mataji, can I read it?
So let's read.
Mataji, can I read it? Can I read it?
Ramachandra and Rudra can read it and finish it. I'm so sorry, okay? Ramachandra, go ahead.
Okay. The small sparrow by herself had no capacity to retrieve her eggs from the ocean. It was indeed an impossible task. Nevertheless, she did not give up her determination. By her determination, she attracted the attention of Sri Garuda, who was a dear servant of the Lord, and could easily help the small bird in her daunting task.
Similarly, even if we on our own cannot reach Krishna, but if we try with all determination to render devotional service, then Lord will send us help to achieve success.
Mataji, are you there, Mataji? I started at 7 o'clock, Mataji. I don't see.
Mataji, I see Radhika Kasturi Mataji.
Mataji, no problem, Mataji. I joined at 5 my time. I think next week I can do it, Mataji. No worries.
I waited, Mataji. I waited. Then only
Oh, no problem. I'll come exactly at 5, Mataji. 5 my time.
5
PST.
your time. Okay, it will sometimes be little late. I guess Mataji story will be done, and sometimes children might be waiting. So better.
Whatever. Yeah, 4:55 I can come, Mataji, but not before that. My training will not be done before that.
Okay, Mataji. Let's. I'll talk to Sitapriti Mataji about that, Mataji.
No problem, Mataji. If not, you carry on with whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I waited until 7 o'clock, and then only I took it, Mataji.
Hari Krishna.
Hare Bol. Okay, I would like to offer my obeisances to all of you. Thank you for joining for today's moral story and also the class. Okay, let me offer my obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Pranams. Thank you. Mataji, Dandava Pranams.
Mataji,
అరే మళ్ళీ ఆడొద్దంటే అక్కడ వైరస్ ఆడుతుంది